The Craig Gives Back.VOB Cross Canada Bicycle Tour will take place during the summer and fall of 2013 and will be done by blind sports enthusiast Craig Aucoin of Pictou, Nova Scotia. This tour is being done in order to raise awareness and funds for 3 select Canadian charities who Craig credits for having a profound impact on his life. Also, this tour will inspire Canadians of all ages to overcome their own personal challenges and to adopt a healthy and active lifestyle. Craig was born with the eye disease retinitis pigmentosa. By age 15, his eyesight had deteriorated to the point he could no longer participate in sports. No longer being active affected him both physically and mentally, and he fell into depression. Lack of activity and a poor diet saw his weight increase to 240 pounds. In the past 10 years, Craig has completely turned his life around for the better. He has lost 80 pounds, completed several running events, triathlons, and continues to exercise and eat properly. Craig's dream was to be fit and strong, so I guess you could say that he is living his dream. But now he has more goals to complete, and one of them is to bike across Canada to raise awareness and donations for the 3 organizations that made an impact on his life. Craig's life has provided him with challenges, but he does not let anything keep him down. He has an optimistic attitude and a willingness to push himself. Although the bike trip across Canada will be physically and mentally demanding, I know we will accomplish this goal and it will be something we will treasure for the rest of our lives. Hello, my name is Lloyd McLean. I am from Lionsbrook, Nova Scotia. I've been active my entire life. I did not start running marathons until 2005. And by the end of 2010 averaged 1 marathon a year. In 2011, I ran 5 marathons from August to October and qualified for the Boston Marathon twice. I like a physical challenge. I also commute by bicycle year-round, and the distance I cover is 20 kilometers each way. I put almost 10,000 kilometers on a bike each year. I currently own 2 bikes, a recumbent, which I use April to November, and a mountain bike for the winter months. I began training with Craig as his guide runner in 2009, working with him to improve his technique and speed. Our first race together was a Johnny Miles 10-kilometer run in 2010, which he did in just under 1 hour and 40 minutes. Our trip across Canada will start in St. John's, Newfoundland on Sunday, August 4th, 2013 at the CNIB office. It will finish at the CNIB office in Victoria, British Columbia on Sunday, November 3rd, 2013. This is a total trip duration of 92 days. As we travel through all 10 provinces, we will stop at as many CNIB and YMCA locations as possible. We will also be stopping at the National Training Centre of the Canadian Guide Dogs for the Blind in Ottawa, Ontario. At each of our stops, we are hopeful to have as many cyclists as possible travel along with us into the communities where Craig will speak to all who come, and this is our opportunity to promote our charities and also possibly change someone's life. We will also be using these stops as an opportunity to speak with media to promote our trip both locally and nationally. Our training for the Cross Canada trip has already started as we increase our time on the bike and incorporate weight training into our weekly regimen to build those all-important leg muscles. Our trip will be unique in a few ways. One is, of course, that Craig is legally blind and will be only the 2nd blind cyclist to make the trip. The first was Richard Holloway, who did it on the back of a 3-wheeled trike in 2009. Craig will be the first to do it on a 2-wheeled bicycle. We will also be self-supported to minimize our carbon footprint. We will have a single-wheeled trailer attached to the rear of a bicycle, and along with panniers attached to the bike, will have sufficient capacity to carry all clothing, food, and gear required to camp each night. We will be camping at as many national and provincial parks as possible. Lastly, our bicycle is unique and will attract attention just in itself. First, it is a recumbent, which means we are in a sitting position with our pedals out in front of our seats and at about the same height. Second, it is a tandem, which means the 2 of us will pedal on the same bike. And lastly, it is a back-to-back recumbent tandem, which means I face the front and Craig will face the rear, so we are positioned back to back. The unique aspects of our bike have their advantages over a standard bicycle setup and also will definitely garner media attention as there are no more than a few of these in all of Canada. Thank you to the friends and relatives who helped and encouraged us. Thank you to the CNIB, the YMCA, and the Canadian Guide Dogs for the Blind who helped Craig change to be the person you see today. Now let's go biking.